The story begins in a small, snowy town in Colorado. The year is 2005, and it is the 4th of July. A group of close friends are enjoying the local carnival. The main characters are Amber Williams, her boyfriend Colby Patterson, their good friends Zoe, Roger, and PJ. They're all young and full of excitement for the future. They spend the evening riding carnival rides and sharing stories. The atmosphere is happy and carefree, typical of a small-town celebration. They feel like their lives are just beginning, with endless possibilities ahead of them. Little do they know that this night will change everything for them forever. As the night winds down, Roger tells a local legend. He talks about the Fisherman, a scary figure with a hook who attacks teenagers. To have some fun, the friends decide to play a prank based on this story. PJ dresses up as the Fisherman. He uses a real hook to make the prank seem more authentic. The plan is for him to chase Colby, who is driving a tractor, to scare everyone at the town's small skate park. They think it will be a harmless joke, a funny memory to share later. Their intention is not to cause real harm, but to create a thrilling moment of fear for their friends and others. The prank starts, as planned, with the costumed PJ chasing the tractor. However, things quickly take a tragic turn. As the chase unfolds, a terrible accident happens. In the confusion and staged chaos, PJ is accidentally killed. The friends are horrified by what has occurred. Their innocent joke has resulted in the death of one of their own. The shock and disbelief are overwhelming. They stand over their friend's body, the festive sounds of the carnival, now a haunting backdrop to their tragedy. The hook, once a prop for a silly prank, now represents a grim reality they never anticipated. Panicked and afraid of the consequences, the group makes a fateful decision. They agree to keep the accident a secret. They believe that telling the truth will ruin their lives and send them to jail. They make a pact to never speak of what happened that night. They decide to get rid of all the evidence and pretend that PJ simply disappeared. This decision binds them together in a shared dark secret. They hope that by burying the truth, they can somehow move on and forget the terrible events of that 4th of July, but secrets have a way of coming back to haunt people. 1 year later, the group has drifted apart. The secret they share has created a heavy burden on each of them. Amber has left Colorado for college, trying to escape the painful memories of that night. She feels a deep sense of guilt and tries to start a new life far away from her hometown. Colby has also tried to move on, but the past still lingers in his mind. The other friends, Zoe and Roger, remain in the small town, constantly reminded of the tragedy. The friendship that once connected them has been replaced by silence and avoidance, each person dealing with their guilt in their own way. On the anniversary of PJ's death, the 4th of July, Amber receives a frightening message. She gets a text on her phone with the words, "I know what you did last summer." This message sends a wave of terror through her. She immediately knows that someone else knows their secret. The fear she tried to leave behind in Colorado has followed her. The message is a chilling reminder that the past is not buried as deeply as she had hoped. The anonymous threat suggests that their pact of silence has been broken, and someone is now watching them, waiting to exact revenge for what they did. Amber returns to her hometown to warn her friends. She finds that they have also received the same threatening message. The fear is now shared among all of them. They realize they are all in danger. The group reunites, not out of friendship, but out of a shared sense of dread. They try to figure out who could be sending the messages. They suspect it might be PJ's cousin Lance, who was also at the carnival that night and seems suspicious of their story. The mystery of who knows their secret creates paranoia and mistrust among the surviving friends. The threats soon become more than just messages. Strange and scary things begin to happen to each member of the group. Roger, who works at the ski resort, is stalked and attacked by a figure dressed as the Fisherman. He is chased through the dark, empty resort, his terror growing with every step. This confirms their worst fears. The Fisherman legend has come to life, and he is hunting them down one by one. The prank they started has now turned into a real-life nightmare, and they are the targets of a relentless killer seeking vengeance for their hidden crime. The killer, dressed in a dark slicker and wielding a menacing hook, begins his deadly hunt. He is a terrifying figure, seemingly unstoppable and always one step ahead of his victims. His first target is Roger, who is attacked while working his shift at the ski lift. The fisherman appears out of the darkness, his hook gleaming. A desperate chase ensues, but Roger cannot escape. He is brutally killed, and his death sends a clear message to the remaining friends. Their secret will be paid for with their lives. The killer is not just trying to scare them. He is determined to make them suffer for what they did. Next, the fisherman goes after the other members of the group. The friends are trapped in their small town during a concert, surrounded by crowds but feeling completely isolated and vulnerable. Colby is attacked and a violent struggle follows. The killer seems to possess supernatural strength and an uncanny ability to appear and disappear without a trace. The friends try to fight back, but they are outmatched by the vengeful figure. Panic spreads as they realize the legend they once mocked has become their deadly reality. Their attempts to protect each other are futile against the fisherman's relentless pursuit. As the night continues, the body count rises. The killer is methodical and brutal, showing no mercy. Zoe is cornered and attacked, becoming another victim of the fisherman's wrath. The friends who are still alive are gripped by terror, trying desperately to survive the night. They're forced to confront the consequences of their year-old lie in the most violent way imaginable. The celebratory atmosphere of the town's concert becomes a horrifying backdrop for the killer's rampage. The once familiar streets of their hometown are now a hunting ground, and they are the prey. The remaining friends, Amber and Colby, along with PJ's cousin Lance, who they now realize is also a target, must band together to face the killer. They try to uncover the fisherman's identity, believing it is the only way to stop him. They revisit the events of the past year, looking for clues about who could have discovered their secret and why they are seeking such bloody revenge. Their investigation is a race against time, as the fisherman is always closing in, ready to strike again. The line between friend and foe blurs as they question everyone around them, including each other. In a dramatic final confrontation, the identity of the fisherman is revealed. He is not a supernatural ghost or a vengeful relative. He is Ben Willis, the killer from the original legend, who has somehow returned. It turns out that Ben Willis, after the events of the previous movies, became an urban legend himself, a zombie figure who comes back to punish those with guilty secrets related to the 4th of July. The friends had unknowingly awakened this dormant evil with their own tragic secret. The revelation is shocking and horrifying as they realize they are not fighting a mere mortal, but a legendary monster. During a final desperate battle at a sugar mill, the group fights for their lives against the undead killer. Lance uses a piece of farm equipment to impale Ben Willis, seemingly destroying him for good. The machine grinds the killer's body, and the friends watch in horror and relief. Believing their nightmare is finally over, they have faced the embodiment of their guilt and survived. With the fisherman gone, they feel that they can finally move on from the tragic secret that has haunted them for the past year. The violent end to the killer brings a moment of peace and a chance to start anew. 1 year later, Amber is shown driving alone through a vast, empty desert. She has left Colorado and her past behind, seeking a new life where no one knows her name or her story. However, the peace is short-lived. A tire on her car blows out, leaving her stranded in the middle of nowhere. As she gets out to check the damage, she sees a familiar, terrifying figure approaching in the distance. It is the fisherman, hook in hand, walking slowly and deliberately toward her. The dust storm on the horizon makes the scene even more frightening and surreal. The movie ends on this chilling cliffhanger. It becomes clear that Amber cannot escape her past. The fisherman, or the legend he represents, will always know what she did and will always be there to haunt her. The final scene delivers a powerful and dark message. Some secrets can never be truly buried, and guilt will follow you wherever you go. The story serves as a cautionary tale, suggesting that the consequences of our actions, especially those born from lies and deceit, are inescapable. The past, no matter how much we try to run from it, will always find a way to catch up with us.